Welcome to arguably the biggest game of FIFA I have ever played in my professional career. It's the World Cup final with England in 2026. And to add to that, it's against the nation I last managed at Euro 2024, Belgium. So there's a lot riding on this, very much so. We haven't yet won an international tournament either. We only got grouped with Belgium at Euro 2024. And if you missed yesterday's, or the past couple of days, specifically though, yesterday's knockout round fixture videos, or fixtures video, oh my lord, you have to see that. It was genuinely the most spectacular way to get to a World Cup final I think I've ever seen. And that includes real life. It was unbelievable the way that we went about it, and certainly is worthy of your watch. Before we get too far in, I do want to say thank you to Jordan and to Mr. Curry for joining the Patreon. Very much appreciate that indeed. Thank you so much for your support. And those of you that have continued to be on the Patreon as well as the years have gone by, very much appreciate your support. Genuinely makes a massive difference to me continuing to be able to do this as a full-time income. So thank you for that. Right, now I shall... Well, I've rewarded you in part with 4 trophies so far in this save. We could have added a 5th. We lost the Champions League final. So now, let's see if we can't add a 5th by adding the World Cup to that list. So that is the team, as it has been throughout the course of the majority of the tournament, that we hope will lead us to World Cup glory. We have been in 6 finals of any sort so far in this GloryHunter save. 2 Champions League finals, 2 DFB Pokal finals, a Europa League final, and a Coppa Italia final. I have won 2 of the 6 finals I have been a part of. I have a 33% winning record in cup finals, which isn't that great. Now, without cheating and skipping to the end, do let me know in the comment section down below what you think this final score will be in the World Cup. How is the result going to be determined? Will it be England in 90? Belgium after extra time? Dare I say it, England on penalties? Who knows? We shall find out in due course. I will say 3-1 England. I'm going to show confidence in the side that has scored goals in this tournament so far, and confidence in the side that has not let me down thus far in the tournament. I let them down against Hungary in the 3rd group stage game, and we were heavily rotated for that as well. Only Declan Rice of the team you see before you started that game in the group stage. And honestly, the way we made it to the final, it feels like one of those seasons. You remember when Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012 and it just felt like it was meant to be? You remember that run Real Madrid had in the Champions League a couple of years ago when they just kept coming back and winning games against Manchester City, against Chelsea? It just felt like their year. It just feels like our year. It's England's only ever World Cup final outside of the win in '66. So the nation as a whole has a 100% winning record at World Cup finals. And oh, how I would love to upkeep that. I'll use in the thumbnail the picture of Bobby Moore holding the trophy aloft, but don't let that fool you into spoilers for what might happen in the game. I've not used that image because I've won it. I've used that image regardless of whether I win it or not. So, let's go and find out if we're going to win it or not, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, your World Cup 2026 final between England and Belgium. Oh, Christ. Here we go. At El Grandioso. I don't even know if I've ever played in this stadium before. It's... Oh, God. This Belgium 11 is better than the Belgium team I had at my disposal when we played Euro 2024. That's the trophy we're playing for. And I shall show you their 11 in due course, playing at El Grandioso. A stadium I have never, as far as I'm aware, played a game of FIFA in before in my life. In occasion I don't think I've ever played a game in before in my life. This is my first ever World Cup final. I think in any game of FIFA I have ever played against the AI ever. I did make it to the final once on one of the World Cup games. 2010, I think it was, for the South African World Cup game. And was using England. And when you could search with friends, or try and match up with friends by just searching at the same time, I matched up with an old friend, you'll remember, Kizzle Kicks, and he beat me 3-1 in the final, England versus England. And he's never let me forget about it. This could be my payback. This could be my chance to right the wrongs of 2010. Personally, 13 years later. Oh, please, let me get this done. Some familiar faces in there for Belgium, some not so familiar faces in there for Belgium. My goalkeeping nemesis, Thibaut Courtois in goal for them. Bornau, Face and Theater at the back. Carrasco, De Bruyne, Tielemans and Doku in the midfield. With Peters, who is the Dries Mertens regen, and Charles de Ketelaere on the right, with Romelu Lukaku through the middle up top. Thibaut Courtois, Ederson and Jan Oblak, my three most hated goalkeepers to play against. Now, I lost the Champions League final to Jan Oblak this season in GloryHunter with Dortmund against Atletico Madrid. However, we did see off Brazil in the run to the final to get ourselves here. So I have most recently beaten one of my nemesis goalkeepers, and we've played some spectacular football along the way, and we might be doing the same again. I don't know as Belgium have even touched the ball, have they? England 1, Belgium 0, Bukayo's redemption. What a goal. And what a finish. Talk about composure, tucking it beautifully, calmly into that bottom corner under pressure from Wout Face, the Leicester defender. That was dreamy. We are in dreamland. But England were 1-0 up in the Euro 2021 final, or Euro 2020 final, and didn't win. England were 1-0 up early doors in the World Cup semi-final in 2018 against Croatia and didn't win. But Bukayo Saka has extended that lead. Bukayo's redemption. Twofold. He's been the quietest of the front three in this tournament so far. It's been all about Sancho and Foden and Tammy. But now is Saka's moment in the sunshine. Thibaut rushes out. Doesn't make the right decision. It's England 2, Belgium 0. But we were 2-0 down against the Netherlands and 2-0 down against Brazil, and we fought back. That's why we're here. So we cannot expect that we've got this done already, because we know from our experience thus far in the tournament that a 2-0 scoreline is not safe. Please be onside. Oh, I was going to say a 3-0 though. Surely is. Phil Foden, borderline offside, trying to get Saka a hat-trick. And it's the right call. Carrasco, back to Sebastian Bornau. Belgium's first spell of any real possession in the game so far after 20 minutes. They've done nothing but defend. They've done nothing but concede. And Romelu Lukaku, his World Cup woes continue. On the volleymers, edge of the box. Did that touch the keeper's foot on the way past? It did! What a save by Aaron Ramsdale. We deserving of a replay to see that save again. Coming in from Yannick Ferreira Carrasco out wide here, and Lukaku's effort must then have been on target. And it certainly was headed in if it weren't for the outstretched big toe of Aaron Ramsdale. to touch that around the corner. Wow. Belgium then, with their set piece instead. Presumably going to look for Big Romelu again. Tielemans trying to work it. That hit an arm, I'm sure, but play continues. The ball played out wide, doesn't meet its opponent, or its recipient either, and finds only an opponent. About Fass, Peters, given away, and we will break away. We will not. Jeremy Doku got the pace to cause all sorts of issues. Fikayo Tomori, and we'll dink this one to make sure it gets there, he says, as Charles de Ketelaere comes up with a wonderful first touch, but uses an arm in doing so. Pressure relieved. 2-0 lead intact, but only just. Jeremy Doku. Well in, Reece. Solid tackle from Reece James. He's been as good at left-back as you could possibly have wished for, Reece James. Absolutely wonderful for us in this tournament so far. And he certainly has had tougher tests than Jeremy Doku in this tournament to this point. In fact, you'd argue that all 3 previous knockout rounds were more difficult on paper than this one. Although Belgium do still have some very good standout talents that we absolutely have to pay attention to, including the Dries Mertens, Regen Peters. Now, the team in red in Spain pulled it back, actually, I think to 1-1 at that point in the semi-final. Belgium now pulling this back to 2-1 here in the final itself. And just as we said, against the Netherlands and Brazil, we were 2-0 down and 1 still. So Belgium could very much do the same. That is them back in it. Out to Yannick Carrasco again. Trent, criticised countless times in real life for his lack of defensive ability, or apparent lack of defensive ability. Whether it's true or not is down to opinion, but Tammy's in and pulls it back. It won't reach Jadon Sancho. It does reach Reece James. It doesn't find the back of the net. Pushing for a third before half-time. Tammy's up. It'll fall here to Tomori. And Joe Gomez looking for Bukayo Saka. Out wide to Phil Foden, who's onside. Stands it up, and Fass will get rid of it. England 2, Belgium 1 at the break in the World Cup final in 2026. It's anyone's game still. At half-time, the stats are very even indeed, as they were against Spain in the last round. Possession this time slightly edged our way, as it was the Spaniards' way last time out. And again, level on shots. I think that we had 1 more than Spain at that time. 3 shots apiece here. 2 goals to 1 to England. 100% dribble success rate. 100% shot accuracy so far. Belgium with 90% pass accuracy. That's the only stat they lead in at the moment outside of interceptions, fouls committed and free kicks. The crucial one, though, reads as we want it to so far. My prediction was 3-1 England, and that was within 90 minutes. So I need to score 1 more, although provided we get the dub, rather evidently, I don't really care how it comes about. Here's Jeremy Doku at the beginning of the second half. Can Belgium start as quickly as we did previously? The answer is no. And Foden could be in behind here. He's quick. He's away from Teata. He's on his left foot. Phil Foden. He's on his right foot, Phil Foden. There's your 3-1. There's your 3-1. Belgian fans giving me stick before the game. See how good this Belgian team is without you, Ches, they said. All the way to the final when you got grouped, they said. Who's winning now, said I. Oh, he's giving that straight to Bukayo Saka. And Bellingham has had a relatively quiet game for him, to be fair, so far, Jude Bellingham. Sancho forward. Oh, Tammy! 4! It's an embarrassment for Belgium. Is this to be a Brazil-Germany remake, perhaps? That was the semi, of course, at that moment in time, and it was certainly a bit more embarrassing for Brazil on that occasion than this has been for Belgium so far. But at this rate, the scoreline could well read the same. Tammy, our number 1-4, makes it 4-1. Reece James, forward to Jadon Sancho. And James down the line again. There's space in the middle for Tammy. I'm going to try and look for him towards the back post. Can he get there? Oh, the defender took it off the goalkeeper's fingertips. But they actually give away a foul there as well. I could go for goal. I won't. I will just lift this into the middle. And see if we can't maybe get Tammy on the end of this instead. Phil Foden. There is Tammy. He is on the end of it. And Courtois at full stretch denies us a fifth. Bukayo Saka on a hat-trick. Foden with 1. Tammy with 1. England with 4. It's delirium in North America for this England team. And now Jadon Sancho, arguably man of the tournament so far for this England team, can't add a fifth. Tried to give the keeper the eyes and go for the near post rather than bending it to the far. Can't get it done. Courtois comes and fumbles. And he really isn't on it today, Thibaut, is he? Of all the days to have an off day, the World Cup final isn't the one, is it, my friend? Here's Charles de Ketelaere. Maybe a player we could look into in Season 5 or 6. Perhaps in the GloryHunter at club level. He's very good now, 88 rated. Although you guys have voted for Manchester City to be the club we go to. And I do have a certain 94 rated Erling Haaland at my disposal there. And if we've been this good with this England side, then surely, we can win trophies in England in Season 5 with Manchester City. The squad does need work. We will have finances available to do that work. But with 15 minutes to go here in the World Cup final, we can allow ourselves a little bit of moment to just live in the moment, be present as England are going to win the World Cup. Oh, but I cannot get this fifth goal to save my life. To Foden. Where's Heskey when you need him? 5-1, and even Heskey scored. 5-1, and even Heskey scored. 5-1. I went to get Saka a hat-trick there. More than you could possibly imagine. That's going to be a free kick for Belgium, I believe. For a handball, it's not. It's a free kick that goes our way. Fikayo Tomori out there to Declan Rice. Battles hard. He and Jude neither come away with the ball. Belgium will break. They're just playing for pride now, the Belgians. This is why we thought that Belgium weren't going to be good enough. They weren't anywhere near this level when I played with them at Euro 2024. I am absolutely shocked that they've made it to this stage of the competition. Who they've beaten to get this far, I'm not sure. So to be fair, they might have had the easier, well, they certainly must have had the easier half of the draw, because I had the Netherlands, Brazil and Spain, for Christ's sake. I absolutely had the harder half of the draw, but to be the best, you have to beat the best, and we have done that in this tournament, and we're playing some world-class football, and Saka cannot for his life get that hat-trick goal. But unfortunately for him, it won't be. But for us, it will. England 4, Belgium 1. I have never in my life dominated a final in quite such fashion before. But maintaining the 100% World Cup record, it's England that lift the World Cup trophy. Bottleanoid, they called me. Not anymore. Declan Rice will be the man to lift the trophy for us here at El Grandioso, the grandest of games on the biggest of stages. And England will win that trophy for the second time in their history. Payback for me against Belgium. Payback for me against Kieran. Payback for me against Atletico Madrid. I don't care if I don't win anything else in this save now. I've won the bloody World Cup. Declan Rice is going to be the man to lift it, taking his time, milking the moment. There it is! And it's cut immediately. Oh, classic FIFA. He's going to lift it again. Is he? Hey! Oh, man. I think that deserves a like, don't you? Are you looking forward to our first time in the Premier League in this GloryHunter? Because I certainly am. That's where we head next. Tomorrow, episode 1 of season 5 of the GloryHunter. We will show you the scenario at Manchester City. We will show you the scenario in the Premier League. And we will have some money to spend. But where to spend it, who to spend it on, comes down to you. All those details to come in tomorrow's video. But We do need to live in the present. We do need to enjoy the moment. Is this a sign of things to come? England came close, or could have come close again, in real life over the winter. Arguably their best ever chance to win the World Cup. Well, maybe 26 is the chance to win the World Cup. That's what we've done. And I tell you what, we've got a light to turn on. The light is on. We have added a 5th trophy to the trophy room. And what a trophy to add to it. Still with potential to win trophies this upcoming season with a strong Manchester City side. See tomorrow for more details. To add to the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal, to the Coppa Italia and to the Europa League, and we'll aim for the Champions League this year with Manchester City as well. We've knocked them out of the Champions League the last 2 years with Borussia Dortmund. Now I'm manager there, so surely it's time to take England all the way. Sorry, Manchester City all the way after taking England all the way. Oh, we'll switch back to this screen just to read that. Oh, yes! Congratulations! England, winner of the FIFA World Cup 2026. God, I hope that happens in real life. Oh! 4-1. Who'd have thought it? Not you guys. I guarantee you the majority of you are going, Bottleneud's going to bottle it again. Bottleneud's going to bottle it again. It's just what he does. 3 in 7. 1 now in this save for finals. Do the maths yourselves. I'm not sure what the percentage is. And if I can make it 4 in 8 if I get to the FA Cup or Champions League finals, then my winning percentage goes from 33.3% to 50. For the first time in 60 years, England win the World Cup.